Hey everyone, it's me, Juliet, the Scorpion Goddess, and we are doing Tarot of the Week from December 5th all the way up until 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, December 12th. And we have a full moon in Gemini. Mercury and Venus are also moving in Capricorn this week, so a lot of changes happening. So stay tuned to see what Spirit has in store from what I get out of the cards. All right, you guys, what's going on? As you can see, I've switched up a little bit. I even put up my Christmas tree. Actually, let me see if I can change the blurriness because I like it. Okay, I fixed the blurriness. So we're in my living room and we are going to be doing Tarot of the Week. And of course, because it's a full moon week, we're going to be pulling some Moonology cards as well. And like I said, it's from December 5th to December 12th. If you're new here, my name is Juliet. I also go by the Scorpion Goddess. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I got my first tarot deck when I was 11, and it doesn't matter how old I am because I definitely look younger than I am. So we'll just say that. And anyways, so I'm also a tropical Western astrologer. I am a Reiki practitioner. I'm also a witch, and I have an online shop if you're interested in getting products. And I also have an astrology journal from 2022 to 2023 based on the astrological calendar. So it goes up until just before the spring equinox. That happens in March. I don't remember if it's the 20th or the 21st upcoming, but if you want to journal down and see how the planet alignments happen this year, figure out how that affects you personally. Even if you're new to astrology, it's for everyone from beginning stages to even the professionals. So in the Etsy shop, all the links to everything, like my Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, make sure you follow me on there. Description box down below along with my Etsy shop. And that's it for the housekeeping. Besides, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video because the engagement really does matter, especially with small YouTube channels like myself. I'm really trying to build a bigger platform so I can get these messages that I get intuitively out to as many people as possible, because you never know, there's always something that's just like, wow, I really needed to hear that really helped me out this week. And that's just what I want to do. So comment how this reading resonates at the end, and because it's a collective reading, just take what resonates, leave what does not. And if you're curious to see how last week's predictions panned out, you can click this video, or not click this video, but click in the link down below and you'll be able to check that out. And at some point, I will have Sagittarius season, pick a card reading out, and I may possibly do a Gemini full moon quick little maybe 5-minute video. And a lot of you guys did say last week you want to know how to break in a new tarot deck, so I will start doing a video about that and have that up pretty soon too. All right, now that that's said, let's get into this week's reading. I was going to use this deck, but I think I'm going to use the classic deck, and then I'm going to pull some cards from there. So I just want to see, with everyone that is here watching, oh, wait, there's a card that's flipped out. We got that 9 of Wands. I didn't even start shuffling yet, but this was flipped over. Take that as it is. That's the message right now. There's going to be a lot of people that are on the defense and feeling like you need to protect yourself. I think this week there's a lot of evil eye and jealousy and people coming at you. I feel like a lot of people are going to be attacking others this week. So you really need to pick and choose who you want in your actual circle. There's some people that need to be dropped if you haven't dropped some people yet, and distance yourself from them, because that's what I'm picking up on right now. Okay, let's see. We have the Devil. I mean, we got, like I said in the opening, we have planets moving into Capricorn, and in Tarot, the Devil is represented by Capricorn. We also have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So this is really good. I think there's a lot of deconstructing happening to rebuild. I think there's going to be something where it's going to be given to you that's going to really benefit you, that's going to make you feel really wholesome and really good. This could be something with really connecting with the home and the family, but there's going to be feeling like, oh, but I wish I got this to share this with this thing. And I'm just really picking up on like, plus, we're starting the week out with the moon in Taurus. So this is giving us like a good foot in to the week of like, we need to take care of these things and yada, yada, yada. And the moon is exalted in Taurus. Even though we have that full moon in Gemini, it's going to be pretty chaotic. With that being said, there is this sense of overindulgence, like feel good, feel comfortable where you are. I see a lot of people just being in the house instead of going out. I think whatever money you're spending is going to come back to you too. I think you guys need to take a look out for tips, your Cash App, checks coming in, or you may even had something withheld from you that you will receive this week. I think there's going to be some investments put in as well. But I see that there's this fear that you're trying to let go of, that you need to let go of. Because if you look, 3 cards flew out. And the center of this is the Ace of Pentacles. So this the focus is, what can you bring of value, okay? Maybe it's something you used to be really obsessed with. And now you're like, because I've been so obsessed with this, I can turn this into something of value. I can turn this into something I can make money from. Or maybe this is something that can really benefit your home. Maybe you've been doing a lot of home improvement and the house value on your home, the equity went up a lot more. And you're going to be like, oh my God. So I'm seeing stuff like that. Stuff like that happening. I'm also seeing conversations. Conversations within places of, like, I don't know what the hell the word is, but parents, bosses, figures like that. I see some like conversations happening within those areas too. Maybe you've been afraid to ask your boss for a raise for whatever reason, and then this week you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just say what I gotta say, because we got that full moon in Gemini conjunct with Mars retrograde. So it's like, people are going to be saying some crazy things. So maybe this is going to give you that push to really have that courage to be like, you know, I do deserve this and I want it. So give it to me now. That kind of stuff, you know. Or there could be a conversation that needs to be had with your parents, or just those kinds of figures is what I'm really picking up on. Yeah. Oh. We have the 7 of Cups. We had this last week. Last week it was somebody is full of shit, okay? This week, I think there is a lot of scattered energy, and there's a lot of scatterbrain and burnout happening too, because I think we may be doing the most because there's just so much energy around us that we're like, oh, I got to do this, 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 and this, that we end up not completing anything. We just did some of this, some of that, some of this, some of that, and then we burned ourselves out. So this is a warning of try not to put too much on your plate. I mean, and that's something I had already, if you follow me on Twitter, you would see that I did tweet about as well, but that had a lot to do with more astrological than intuitive. But because this came out, this is just really emphasizing that energy right there, that burnout. So you want to not put too much on your plate this week. And I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to be like a lot of mental and emotional like anguish is what I'm picking up on that's going to be happening. It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to feel draining. And that's why you need to focus on one thing that you can really dive into. And that's also where this devil is coming out. Like the devil, people are afraid of it. I'm not, okay? I'm not scared of the devil. I'm all for it because it can be used in a good way too. Like you can, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm like, I'm obsessing over everything. But listen. You can obsess about something and it be healthy. Like you can turn your pancakes. You just learn how to make pancakes, right? but you want to become this world-renowned chef. So you have turned this passion and obsession into something amazing that you can share with so many people, and you make the world's best pancakes in the world, okay? That's what this is coming on saying. There's going to be so much stuff going around. Focus on what you can actually control. And see, the devil too, it's like sometimes we think things are out of our control, or we have become so obsessive that we don't even realize that we can break free from whatever it is. So there's that as well. There could be this like overclouded judgment of not realizing that you have the free will. And you got to remember, this is Sag season. It's all about freedom. Don't confine yourself. But with this week being so chaotic and crazy, focus on what you can control and try to avoid that burnout. So have the boundaries. The test this week is the lack of boundaries and the lack of being able to say no and being stretched too thin. What else is going on? Oh my gosh. This is a lot, okay? Because we got the devil, then we got the Hierophant, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. We're dealing with the first full moon after the eclipse, and we're also dealing with the last full moon of 2022. So this is going to be very impactful. Just because it's in Gemini and it's in a logical sign of where it thinks and it's air does not mean it's not going to be felt emotionally. I don't like the connotation when people will put out like air signs have no emotions, because it's not true. They're not robotic. They're logical, but they're not robotic, okay? And this shows right here with the Star, which is Aquarius. This is all fixed energy. We're dealing with a lot of fixed energy. I mean, we sat in the moon in Taurus. That's a fixed sign. Hierophant is Taurus, and the Star is Aquarius. And we have this Ace of Cups coming out. What can you really pour yourself into? That maybe there's somebody that you need to get information from. Maybe you need to talk to a teacher. I think this is saying, because it's Sag season, Sagittariuses do have that ego of I know everything and I'm very dogmatic and I am the all-knowing and you can't teach me anything. That's going to be something we kind of need to check ourselves with. This is coming in as like, have a piece of humble pie, because you don't know everything. Allow yourself to be teachable. Allow yourself to be the student. The full moon in Gemini is the forever student. It's opposing Sagittarius. I don't even know why I didn't think about this. Sagittarius is the teacher. Gemini is the student. Where can you meet in the middle? Where can you meet in the middle of this with these two opposing energies of the know-all and the one that wants to learn and help and be vulnerable and really indulge and pour yourself into that? That's what I see. What is the common ground where you can meet halfway between feeling like you know everything and also on the opposite side, feeling like you know nothing at all and having that imposter syndrome? Where can you meet in the middle and be like, I actually am, I know a lot more than I give myself credit for. And then also, again, on the other side is like, you may know a lot, but you don't know everything. This person who may have just started learning something, they know more the basics than you do. And sometimes the basics is all that matters. So maybe there's something with like, if you're trying out for something or you're trying to get more involved in something, right? Because we had that Star card, that's with your community, more people around you. You know a lot of this information, but the basics is always what matters. So I think that's a message like very powerful. They're saying like, get back to the basics. Don't make it too complicated. And I was gonna pull some of, I'm gonna pull a couple of these and then get into that moonology. I should have pulled these on top, but whatever. Whatever. All right, so I want to see some other messages for everybody this week that they can hear. All right. You get the World card, 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Page of Cups, 5 of Wands, King of Swords. So this is a lot. I love these cards, man. This World card's coming out. This is a completion. We're closing out something. And a lot of times we say that 10s are closing out and completing, which is true. But 9s, people forget that 9s, you have completed something. They're very similar to 10s. I view 9s as like you have completed something. You're in the like, oh, this is amazing. This is the top of the top. I've done it all. And because we get the 9 of Wands, which I pulled before this reading even started. Okay, so this is coming out again with another deck. So it's enforcing that there could be, because we get the 9 of Swords right next to it, there could be these thoughts that you haven't, or from other people. They're thinking on you. They're preying on you. They're saying terrible things to you because they want you to second guess. I think this is an immature energy, and this is what you need to protect yourself from. This is what this is, and I think this is what you're closing out. There is some kind of relationship. This could be with another person, or this could be yourself. You can be your own worst enemy sometimes. So maybe there's a part of yourself with that imposter syndrome where you're always second guessing and saying negative talk and all that. These are the negative thoughts coming in, right? You need to put yourself on defense mode and be like, hold up, I've been through X, Y, and Z. I know better than this. Why the hell am I doing this? This is stupid. Right? And we get the 5 of Wands coming in with the King of Swords. I think I got these last week too. It's insinuating the same thing. You're in control of the way you communicate. You got to be on guard. There's going to be a lot of arguments happening this week too, and accidents as well. Accidents too coming in. You got to be careful with those people on the road that don't know how to drive, but for some reason they got a license because they just got off a friggin' cereal box. So be careful on the road too, is what I'm hearing. And especially around people that do those 9-to-5 jobs, because it's got the 9 and then ending with the 5. So I'm seeing people 9 to 5. So that regular work traffic. Just be careful, especially around those times when you get into work and going home from work. I know there's typically accidents, but I feel like there's going to be even more this week, especially because we have that Gemini full moon conjunct with the Mars retrograde. And when those two come together, that's a lot of accidents, chaos, fighting, arguments, and the cards are just recertifying, whatever the word is. Okay, so just don't be afraid. I'm not saying this stuff to put you guys in fear. And you got to remember that too. If you're listening to readers or astrologers or whatever, and they're like, oh, you know, doing it fear-based, stop listening to them. Stop listening to them. You want somebody who's going to be honest with you and give you the information, but not put you in fear. I tell you guys stuff because I keep it real and I'm like, this is what I'm seeing, but don't be afraid of it. It's something to take, put a pin in it, make a mental note and be aware. Okay, if this arises, I know what to, be aware of if this kind of encounter happens. And you can conduct yourself a lot better. That's all I'm saying. So I want to see with this full moon in Gemini, to end this reading, what is something we can take on? What is the energy that's full moon in Gemini that we can take on? Adjustments are required. And I did say, where can we find that middle ground? There are some adjustments that do need to be made. And this could be adjustments mentally. This could be adjustments with your finances. This could be adjustments within your relationships. This could be adjustments within your home, like maybe some home adjustments, moving things around, because Christmas is around the corner and a lot of people celebrate it, and Hanukkah too, and not just all the holidays. Maybe there's some adjustments to where and what you should be buying and purchasing. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? So just realize that adjustments need to be made. And even with those relationships, who is mentally draining you? Who are you intuitively picking up on that's giving you evil eye? Who's that fake friend, that snake in the grass that's really preying on your downfall because they're jealous of you and they fake support you? So adjustments need to be made. And that wraps up Tarot of the Week. So comment if you made it this far, a Christmas tree. Put a Christmas tree and whatever emoji you want next to it, because I usually like to have 2 emojis so they're not alone. So comment how this reading resonated, and if you made this file, a Christmas tree, and whatever emoji you want after that. And I will catch you guys next week, and I will get those other videos up at some point. Just got a lot on my plate, but I'm trying not to put too much on my plate, especially this week. Bye, guys.